After an unexpectedly good qualifying time and an unfortunate disconnect for the pole sitter, I find myself on provisional pole position for this top split daily race C at Red Bull Ring. So I'm thinking, what's the strategy? I'm going to change it up. I think there's two Supras behind me. They're going to be really difficult. So I'm going to go for the soft tyres and switch up the strategy and try and make a break for the field. But is this the right thing to do? Now this week the strategy is very interesting because there are two requirements for the race. You need to run the medium and the soft tyres at some point during the race. It's a 13 lap race. The soft tyres last around 9 to 10 laps and the mediums are significantly slower. Hopefully we can get the break for it. Hopefully the Supras will start to fight. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments below. Also let me know what you think of the start sequence. Since Gran Turismo 7, I really haven't been able to get comfortable with joining the car so late before the start sequence. I would like to be riding on the car much earlier than it puts you in 2 seconds to go. Just isn't enough time to settle down. Either way, off the line, we're going to get a good drive into turn 1 with the soft tyres. We've got, I think, what is probably the tyre advantage over the cars behind, but did they go on the soft tyres? It's really, I just have no idea what strategy they're going to be running on. But what I do know is that I'm a little bit scared of Red Bull Ring in the race. Track limits can be so punishing. It's so easy to push it a little bit too wide, and it looks like Kirith straight to the inside into turn 3. I think they call it turn 3. So Kirith, we all know him from his channel. Love racing with Kirith. I've not raced with him for quite some time. Now myself with the PlayStation 5, we're back on the same lobbies, so that's all good. So is Kirith on the soft tyres as well? That was a bold move into turn 3 there. Is he going to be following us? Skipping forwards at end of lap number 4 and looking at the gaps, looking at the way things are playing out. Carry WRX has got into second place and he's going to pit, so he was on the medium tyres and I don't really think we've built enough of a gap really. Kirith didn't pit. This is interesting. So is Kirith also on the soft tyres with us? At this point of the race I'm certainly hoping so. End of lap number 5, coming around the final corner to finish lap number 5, and we are 5 seconds up. So what's it going to be, guys? Medium tyres for Kirith. So I don't think we've done enough. We are getting the fastest laps of the race, but I don't think we're quite achieving enough to build that gap. I really should be lapping in the 28s for these soft tyres, and I'm just really not achieving that. So continuing to push on, we're going to get, oh, that was close. Oh, is that a cut to the inside? This is not what we want. Maybe we've got away with it. A late call on the penalty there, but the stewards have decided that is a track limits penalty, so that's going to give us a 0.5 second slowdown penalty, which is not what we want to be. We want to be racing forwards, not really getting these penalties and slowing us down. Skipping forwards now towards the end of lap number 8. I'm going to make a bold decision to pit early to switch onto the medium tyres, because if they undercut me on the track then I'm absolutely screwed. I need to be in front of them as it exits. Oh gosh, that was a bit of a dangerous pit entry. Guys, that was really sketchy. Are we going to be able to make it out in front of them and hopefully defend from the front? There's no chance of catching from behind. And it seems to be taking an age for me to get into the box on this pit stop. Come on guys, where is the car? If you are enjoying this video so far, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out channel memberships. They are available and active on my channel. All the details will be in the description below. And don't forget to check out the description below for 5% off anything at GT Omega. Discount code CD5. As we exit the pits, are we going to be ahead? It's looking really close, looking like it is first position for the moment. And we've got track position, but we do have the slower tyre. And hopefully behind me, they're going to start to battle, trip each other up, slow each other down. Now, they won't have fresh soft tyres. I've got a fresh medium set of tyres on, but their soft tyres will have done maybe 4 laps, 5 laps already in some cases. Is this going to balance out? Has the strategy played out for me on this alternate strategy from the front of the field? All we can do is try and put the best laps in we can do, and we are on cold tyres to start with, guys. Exiting the pits are at least 10 degrees too cool on tyre temperatures, knowing what we know from telemetry. I've got a completely separate video on my channel explaining everything you need to know about telemetry in Gran Turismo 7. As we're just about going to miss the apex, we didn't really get connection there. These two left-handers are probably the most two difficult corners on the track, and we just about missed the apex again, which is not ideal. Looking at the gap back to carry WRX, and he's closing that in. This is going to be a race to the finish, guys. Can we hold on to this one. How's this one going to play out? Flowing quite nicely through the 2 final corners on this track, which are an absolute magnet for penalties, but we're getting it done here, guys. Finishing lap number 9, starting lap number 10. We've got the lead of this race. We've got track position, but I don't think we have the tyre advantage. In fact, I know for a fact we don't have tyre advantage because the car just doesn't feel hooked up at all. In fact, a lot of swaz there from exiting turn 1, and we're going to have to think about going defensive into turn 2 is not really a turn, but turn 3 is the hairpin. We're going to go defensive. We're going to push Carry to the outside, and we're going to go side by side into the braking zone, go deep on the brakes and just run to the outside of the track, leaving just enough space on the outside, and it's going to be a drag race on corner exit. Glancing back, Kirith is also waiting to join the party. I'm thinking at this point I'm covering the inside, and we're just going to drift and open up a little bit, but without really knowing, Carry sneaks to the inside, and a little contact at the corner, and I was a little bit frustrated with that one because I kind of left the door open. And as Valentino Rossi always says, if someone passes, you've got to strike back immediately, especially if they have a car advantage. I'm going to sneak to the inside, not really going to get that move done, and this is not turning out particularly well at all for us. However, I'm hoping that Carry, WRX and the soft tyre runners will start to have mega swaz on the corner exit from us. I hope their tyres will start to fade. Our medium tyres will last comfortably to the end of the race and hold their pace. And yeah, it's looking a bit sketchy, guys. I'm going to follow up with running deep into these final 2 corners, which is going to really compromise our corner exits and corner entry into the next corner. And Kirith is right on our back door, and I'm worried about this one, guys, because that Supra is incredibly fast in a straight line. We have good drive out the corners, but that Supra's top speed is incredible. Into turn 1, we're going to brake and try and flow through here. We're going to go really deep here. That's going to get us a track limits penalty for sure, but we're going to hold on to the back of Carry WRX. Glancing back now, we've got a penalty. Kirith also got a penalty, and we're going to try our best to really just keep this in the mix. Purple, as we cheated through exiting turn 1, we're just going to go too deep on the brakes, which is rather annoying. And Kirith is going to be side by side with us. We're going to drag race to the next corner. Annoyingly as well, I've gained another half-second penalty. That's going to bring my total to 1 second's worth of penalties in this battle. This is not exactly what we want at all. Kirith to the inside. He's got the grip advantage on us, and there's not a lot we can do really apart from mega swaz from Kirith there. I thought he was going to drop that car. And are we going to think about send into the double left? Not quite sure. Try the old switcheroo, but there's not a chance on these medium tyres. And we're going to got some penalties to serve, which is going to be a bit of a problem. And we still have a mega swaz problem with our medium tyres. I don't think the tyres really ever get switched on in this. I think the strategy is probably more favourable to run the medium tyre first and use the soft tyre when you've got a bit less fuel in the car to make the most of it. Not only are we losing touch with the leaders, we are really getting hunted down from behind into the final corner. It looks like they're going to go side by side into there, which is going to give us a little bit of breathing space. We really needed that one. Our only shot now is if the leaders' tyres start to fade and our medium tyres last nicely to the end of the race. Skipping forwards, lap number 12, halfway through lap number 12, and we're going to be really closed in from the drivers behind. Running 3rd position, slightly just not quite sure what happened. Maybe Kirith had a mechanical or something like that, but we are back up to 2nd position. And actually, guys, we are only 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, 3.2 seconds off the lead of this race. And are we catching? Carry's tyres are 1 lap older than Kirith's would have been, so are we going to see any problems towards the end of this race? Skipping forwards, lap number 13, only a few corners to go, and we've brought down the gap to the leader, but we're not quite going to really just reel it in. So it's going to be a 2nd place, I think, guys. And what an eventful race this is, and what a fantastic race this has been with actual really good strategy. I really enjoyed this race, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Strategy is back in Daily Race C, and what a difference it makes. On screen right now will be a link to GT Omega. Go over there, check out their fantastic products. Anything you buy from there with my discount code helps me out, helps the channel out. Or if you want to watch another video, there will be 2 cracking choices on screen right now.